Hi, my name is Sashan from Great British Mag, which is a digital magazine that covers everything an international student needs to know about living and studying in the UK. I'm about to start my third year reading history and politics at the University of Cambridge, more specifically Newnham College, which provides the beautiful background of today's video. Cambridge is made up of 31 constituent colleges, and they all have very different personalities, I would say. It's kind of like how in Harry Potter, Gryffindor and Ravenclaw have very different characters. So your college is where you apply to, and if you're successful with your application, it's where you matriculate into and where you live for the rest of your time in uni. It's equipped with a bunch of facilities, and these vary between colleges. My college, Newnham, for example, is an all-girls college with a very strong and rich feminist history. I chose to study at the University of Cambridge because I love the specifics of the history and politics course that the uni offers. I personally picked it because the founder of the college, or one of the co-founders, Millicent Fawcett, had the same birth date as me, 11th of June, and I thought it was like a sign from the universe when I was applying. Cambridge just emanates like major main character energy vibes. It's been 2 years, but sometimes I'll be walking down a random alley in town and I'll just feel so inspired and struck by the fact that it has over 900 years of history. Just the other day, I found out that Tunku Abdul Rahman, the first Prime Minister of Malaysia, used to live in a house that's like just behind Newnham, which is insane. There's just so much that's like compressed in this like little compact space, you know? I also love that everyone here that I've met is so passionate and excited to learn more about their subject. Conversations are always so much fun. There are also so many libraries here that are so distinct and beautiful in their own way, and I love exploring them so much. I'd say the best thing about academics at Cambridge is how the teaching is done. So you learn through a mixture of lectures, seminars, and supervisions. And supervisions, at least for my subject, are done on like a 2-on-1 or like a 3-on-1 basis, sometimes even 1-on-1. So just pause for a moment and think about how crazy that is. You basically get to sit and chat with someone who's a world-renowned specialist in their field every other week about the subject that you and they are so passionate in. When I first arrived in the UK, I definitely experienced a little bit of a culture shock. First, I wasn't familiar at all with the slang. During Freshers Week, people kept saying the word peak, and I was like, okay, peak, that's kind of like a mountain peak, right? So it must be like something that's really good or like the best. But no, here they use it to refer to something that's like not very good and actually very bad. And in Malaysia, because we're so near the equator, we're so used to having like really sunny tropical weather, and the sun always sets at 7 p.m. So when I got to the UK, not only was I completely unprepared for the cold, I was also shocked to find out that the sun during winter could start to set from 4 p.m. And because it got dark so early on in the afternoon, I would just not be productive the rest of the day because my brain had already associated the darkness with a period of rest. I also discovered that the stereotype that British people tend to talk about the weather a lot is in fact true, but I don't blame them. After living here for 2 years, I honestly get it now. As a person who's very easily affected by the weather, when it's very sunny, I feel so happy and I suddenly become more chatty and I feel like I want to go out and I want to do things. But once it's rainy and gloomy, it just kills my entire mood. The university campus is spread all across town, and I would definitely say that it's all within walking distance. I think coming from Malaysia, which is a country where people don't normally walk a lot and people tend to take buses or like taxis or drive everywhere, it definitely took some time to adjust to walking everywhere. But yeah, everything in Cambridge, everything in the campus and the shops are definitely within walking distance, unless you live in a very far away college like Homerton or Girton. In Malaysia, no one walks anywhere because it's really hot all the time. So the moment you step out, you're like dripping in sweat. But here, it's a really nice way to like take in the sights, and also a really good way to get warm. There is a ton of variety of food in Cambridge. There's even a Malaysian food stall in the market square, which is insane. My favorite places to eat are the Thai food truck in Market Square, Stem and Glory, which is like a vegan restaurant, and Taste of Cambridge, where I experienced my first falafel and halloumi, which I now love so much, and it's a staple in my life, and Kinea. And I also get my bubble tea fix either from Cha Time, G the chicken shop, or Granny Ma's, which is a stall in the Market Square. My college Newnham also provides catered meals. They do an amazing brunch, and they always try their best to serve dishes from the home countries of their students, which I really appreciate. Newnham has the best kitchen facilities by far. Every single kitchen in college comes with an oven. Me and my friends are always cooking together and trying out new recipes. There are a bunch of museums and galleries in Cambridge. My favorite is the Fitzwilliam Museum. It has a gorgeous interior and all the exhibits are really well curated, and it is really cool because sometimes the people who are behind the curations are your supervisors. Most students also go out clubbing. The legal drinking age here is 18. It's quite cool because they do like themed clubbing nights here, so there are like Taylor Swift nights, there are ABBA nights. It's really a fun time. And if clubbing is not your scene, don't worry, because there are a ton of student extracurriculars for you to join. There is the Union, rock climbing, surfing, yeah, I know, surfing, mahjong club. There's like so many things that you can participate in, and there's so many different people for you to meet. There's even like a Quidditch society where you can like play the game from Harry Potter, which I think is super cute. One thing that I think is quite special to Cambridge and also Oxford, but we don't talk about that, is that colleges hold formal dinners. So it's very much like the dinners in Harry Potter, where you dress up in like the gowns and you eat at a long table. It's just dinner but fancier, and they serve you a 3-course meal for really cheap. And there is this thing called the formal challenge, which me and my friends have been trying to complete, but we haven't been able to yet because of COVID, but we will try our best to in our last year. Basically, the formal challenge is exactly what it sounds like. You're trying to go to a formal at all 31 colleges. I'm at 13 right now, so fingers crossed that I manage to finish it before I graduate. Cambridge is also famous for hosting some of the best parties in the world. So at the end of exam season, every colleges will host May balls or garden parties, and these are kind of like big celebrations and festivals. So what they normally have is like they'll have people perform, like Stormzy performed at a May ball before, and then they'll have a bunch of carnival games and people come in and you have dinner. And the themes are really cute. It'll be like Magic Faraway Tree. This year Newnham's garden party was Midsummer's Daydream, and everyone gets dressed up, and it's a really good way to sort of end term after exams are all over. I know it's kind of weird because it's called a May ball, but it happens in June. But in Cambridge, the week starts on the Thursday as opposed to a Monday, but no one quite knows why. I hope this video has helped you out. Do subscribe to our channel for more useful information about studying in the UK, and click the notification bell.